Only one win in last 9 test matches. Test match lost despite 5 centuries from the batting side. A perfect test for England and Jasprit Bumrah versus other bowlers. I know I'm a bit later, but this is the only video you will need to watch to recap the first test between England and India in Leeds. Gautam Gambhir, as the head coach of the Indian men's test cricket team, now just won only one game in last 9 test matches. Under Gautam Gambhir, India now has lost the home series against New Zealand. They went on to lose the BGT in Australia and bottled the chance to play in the WTC final. And now they have lost the first test against England as well. I do not know what is the reason, but Gautam Gambhir, as the head coach of the Indian men's test cricket team, has not been able to give the result what the fans was hoping for after his great stint as the head coach of KKR. And unfortunately, if it keeps going like this and India lose this series by a big margin, there will be question on Gautam Gambhir as the head coach of the Indian men's test cricket team. Another reason why there would be questions on Gautam Gambhir as the head coach is that there were questions on senior players not performing well under him. And now with both Ashwin, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma, who are not performing well as senior cricketers, are now gone, there would be question that why he's not been able to bring the best from the youngster who he has chosen to represent India. There were questions on selections of some players like Harshit Rana, who has been part of KKR, and we already know that there might be some biasness over KKR players in the Indian cricket team. For Gautam Gambhir and for Indian test cricket team, the next test match would be a very, very important one. If you talk about selection process, I do not believe there was much to do for Gautam Gambhir and the team. Except for Sarfaraz Khan, because Sarfaraz Khan did well for the India A team against the England Lions, and obviously he also did well, scored 100 for the India A team against the senior team in the practice game as well. Now everyone is asking what Shardul Thakur is doing there in that team, because we all know that Shardul Thakur as an all-rounder has done well for Mumbai in the recent past, and he had already did well during the England tour last time as well. He is someone who is experienced in the English conditions, and he has done well in the given chances that the team had given him. But the thing is that the difference is that what I have seen in the last 5 days is that Shardul Thakur as a domestic cricketer for Mumbai is a different beast. He in that Mumbai dressing room, he feels he's the leader of the team. He feels he's the best player of that team with the ball and bat in hand. We have seen Shardul Thakur saving games for Mumbai, batting down the order, and obviously with the ball as well, he has taken like 6-7 wickets every innings he has bowled. So what is the difference there? The difference is in the mindset, because in the Indian team, he has been already told that you are my third or fourth seamer, and you will be doing a holding job here. You will be doing a holding job, and you will be given only 6 to 10 overs to bowl to give like race to someone like Jasprit Bumrah or Prasidh Krishna or Mohammad Siraj. But if you put it in his head that obviously you are my lead bowler, you will get me wickets just like you do for Mumbai, just like you score for Mumbai. So I had already seen Akash Chopra talking about that, and few other commentators talking about that during the match as well. But what we have already seen that Shardul Thakur as a Mumbai all-rounder is a different beast, and somehow Shubman Gill and Gautam Gambhir needs to put it in his hand, into his head that you are my main player, you are my main all-rounder, and you need to perform well, because if you need to win in England, you need a pace bowling all-rounder to do well. And obviously there were questions why not Nitish Kumar Reddy, but we have seen even with you can say Karun Nair as well. They have gone for experience, who has played in the English conditions in the past. Obviously they could have gone for Arshdeep Singh, and you can now say because Prasidh Krishna failed, I'm not sure if he's failed, he bowled well, but obviously he has given too many runs to be considered for the next test match. But the thing is that you can obviously say if and buts if you fail. If Prasidh Krishna is someone who did well in the given chance in Australia, so why not Prasidh Krishna in the first go? I totally support Gautam Gambhir and the team management in that. But one thing for sure, I could have, if I was there, I would have gone for Abhimanyu Vishwaran, who has done tremendously well in the domestic circuit. If you are giving reward to Karun Nair for doing well in the domestic circuit, you should have given the chance to Abhimanyu Vishwaran, who has done tremendously well in every game he has played for. Obviously, he's not done that well in the India series, but he's someone who has done well throughout his career in domestic circuit. So I think he should have been given the reward for that. by giving the test cap. He's someone who did not play a single test during the Australia tour as well, and he has been touring with the Indian team. Now obviously they have gone for the form. Sai Sudarshan was in, and he's someone who looks aesthetically very good as a left-hander, but all those runs came in IPL, and he had only averaged like around 40 in first class cricket, whereas Abhimanyu Ishwar on average is nearly 50 in the first class cricket. So if you had given me a personal choice, I would have gone for someone like Abhimanyu Ishwar, who has like proved himself in the Indian domestic circuit. Other than that, I feel that it was a perfect selection from Gautam Gambhir and team, and there was nothing to do other than a few ifs and buts. And obviously there would be few ifs and buts if you lose. And if you win, Prasidh Krishna would have been a hero. If you win, Karun Nair or Sai Sudarshan would have been a hero. But when you lose, you have to like check for the if and buts. So, but since there is a lot of gap between the first test and the second test, we might see Indian team retaining the same squad for the same lineup for the second test as well. Now coming to drop catches, we have seen Yashasvi Jaiswal drop a few in the Border Gavaskar series as well. Now coming to this test match, he has dropped nearly 4 to 5 straight catches that went to him in the gully. He was first put in the sleeves, then gully, then in the outfield, and he has dropped every catch that went to him. And I have even seen that in the Twitter that someone was saying that he should be dropped from the team just for the fielding he has done. Obviously you are not doing any good to the team, you are not contributing well when you are dropping catches in a flat wicket like we have seen in the Edgbaston. In Headingley. Now it would be interesting to see where Shubman Gill puts SSB Jaiswal as a fielder, because he is not someone who will be getting dropped from the second test just for the fielding. But it would be curious to see who replaces him in the slip cordon. I personally have seen Abhimanyu Ishwar is a terrific slip fielder. So if you drop Sai Sudarshan from the team and give Abhimanyu Ishwar on the test cap, he is someone who can be like good in the slip cordon. He has been doing that for whole his career. He has done the slip fielding, and he's good in outfield as well. So there might be chances that Abhimanyu Ishwar makes his test debut and replaces SSB Jaiswal in that slip cordon, and you could see Sai Sudarshan getting dropped. But you never know, they might be giving chance to Sai Sudarshan in the next test match as well. But whenever on a flat wicket like that, you are fielding, you need to catch that everything that is coming to you. But we have seen that there was some issues with the sighting of the ball, because we have seen England drop a few catches as well. We have seen KL Rahul's catch getting dropped as well, and when KL Rahul took that catch last night, he was like giving the expression that he did see the ball very late. So there was some issues with sighting of the ball, but you cannot expect 4 to 5 drop catches from a single fielder when you are like, you know that there would be chances that England would go for the runs, and there is always with Bazball, with their mentality of scoring at least 4 runs in a over. You obviously knew that they would go for the runs, and if that is why you need to take all the catches that is coming to you. Another thing India missed out on was the runs from the lower middle order. We have already seen that teams that do well in test format, obviously they get contributions from the lower middle order. India just scored 72 runs from the 13 wickets from the middle order, lower middle order, you can say. Shardul Thakur failed. Shardul Thakur was taken into consideration because he is good with the bat, he is good with the lower middle order. We have seen he has done it with Mumbai and in the domestic circuit as well. So he was given a chance just because he's good with the bat, and obviously he is good with the ball as well. That is why he was given the chance to play in the final 11. But the thing is that you need someone like Prasidh Krishna or a Jasprit Bumrah or you can say Mohammad Siraj to score at least some runs, so that India can score at least like 100 runs from the last 4 wickets. That is something that Indian bowlers need to work on, because earlier we saw that when in the last two Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah added those runs, that was how crucial that was for the Indian Test cricket team. And whenever you are playing against team like England who likes to go for big runs, you need to have that question of like added 40 runs, added 50 runs. That is why I feel that if Josh Hazlewood or any other bowler in the world can like add 15-20 runs from the bat, Indian bowlers need to go into the nets and like try to score some runs, at least play a few balls and try to rotate the strikes, try to go for the boundaries as well. That is why I believe Akashdeep could be handy, because I have seen Akashdeep scoring runs for Bengal in the lower mid order, and he could be handier as a lower mid order other than Prashid Krishna or Mohammad Siraj can be. Now, why do I feel England had the perfect test match to start the series? Because we all know that Jasprit Bumrah will not play the whole 5 test matches, and Jasprit Bumrah has been the lone warrior of the Indian bowling lineup, and since 2024 he has lacked the support he needed as a bowler to make India go over the line. Now the thing is that if I give you the stat of Jasprit Bumrah versus other Indian bowlers, you would be in shock. Since 2024, Jasprit Bumrah played 15 test matches for India and took 78 wickets at an average of 15.80 with a strike rate of 31.5 with 6 5-wicket hauls. Next test pace bowler from India was Mohammad Siraj, who has taken 41 test wickets at an average of 33.46 with a strike rate of 52.5, and you can already see the gap between the best and the second best from the Indian team. In total, other than Jasprit Bumrah, all the Indian test bowlers including took 226 test wickets at an average of 29.04 with a strike rate of 45.88. If you take the stats of the pacers only, other than Jasprit Bumrah, all the pacers including had taken only 84 test wickets at an average of 29.85 with a strike rate of 50.07. So you can already see, if we calculate the whole test bowling lineup for India, the average is already doubled and the strike rate is also already doubled. So this is how good Jasprit Bumrah has been in the last few years. And now if you take into consideration his bowling action and obviously his recent past injuries, you already know that he will not play all the 5 test matches, and that is why Jasprit Bumrah bowling all those 44 overs in the first test match itself is the most crucial thing for India and England, because India's best chance to win the test match and obviously take 20 wickets in the whole test match is possible only when Jasprit Bumrah is playing well and performing well for Team India. And with Jasprit Bumrah already bowling 44 overs in the first test match itself, it is going to show that how his workload would be managed during the whole series, and that might cause India dropping Jasprit Bumrah just after the second test match if he goes on to bowl another 40 overs in the next test match. So that is why I feel England had the perfect test match to start the series, because they had the runs, they had runs from all the batters, they had good bowling performance as well, considering how flat the wicket was, and obviously they made Jasprit Bumrah bowl the 44 overs in the whole test match, which might be making Jasprit Bumrah think about his workload and getting him dropped just after the second test match. Let me know in the comment box, what do you think that went wrong for Team India during the first test, and do you want to see any changes during the second test as well, and what are the options for India that the team management could go for during the second test as well, and what could be the possible result for the whole series as well. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share and comment on whichever platform you are watching it, and subscribe if you are watching it on YouTube, and give us a follow if you are watching it on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you for watching.